What is the dumbest question a customer has ever asked you? I work at an Italian place right now. We call our Italian menu items by Italian names with English descriptions. I get a lot of questions, but I don't mind a hair because I get paid to talk about food. Not too long ago, though, it sort of went slapstick. It's not that they asked a dumb question, but they kept asking it. Pollo e penne? Oh, that's chicken and pasta with... Oh, does it have meat in it? The chicken pasta? Yes, pollo is Italian for chicken. Could I get the chicken but no pollo? Pollo is Italian for chicken. If you want the chicken, it's really good. No, I like the chicken, but I don't want pollo. I kind of lost it for a split second. Yes, so I want the chicken, but without chicken. Do you think you can make that work? Not really a question, but I work at a hotel, and I had a guest call and inform me that his room did not have a bathroom, and that he would need to be moved to one that did. I informed him, of course, that all of our rooms have bathrooms, and asked if he had checked the doors in the room. He had not. Well, but I don't see a toilet in this room, so I guess there's no bathroom. A gas station. Hey, the bathroom door is locked. Could I get a key? I say, there's no key. If it's locked, there's someone in there. Says, how does it know? How does what know what? How does the bathroom know someone is in there? People go in there and they lock the door when they're using it. 5 seconds pause. Oh, yeah, that magical ability for the bathroom to lock when there's someone in there, that's reserved for porta potties. Working at a small coffee shop that roasted their own beans and had their own brand. Do you sell Starbucks here? No, man, we roast our own coffee. Well, that's just bad business. Okay. Yeah, how are you supposed to compete with Starbucks if you don't even sell Starbucks? Back when I did tech support, I received a call from a customer with a peculiar keyboard problem. It seems that they were having trouble with the shift key. When he typed a letter with the shift key pressed, it gave him the uppercase letter. But then he typed a number, it didn't do that. Didn't do what? Type the uppercase number. I had to break it to him gently. You know, we've had this come up in a few videos, but like, what do people actually expect an uppercase number is supposed to look like anyway? I mean, you could just change the font of that number to be twice the size. Yes, I understand I haven't paid my credit card bill in 3 months, but why can't I use my card? Because you haven't paid your bill in 3 months. Repeat. See, I've always thought credit cards were just such a weird thing in general. Like, some people just see it as, oh, I get some free money. But then for the more financially responsible people, they're just like, this isn't my money, so like, what am I supposed to do with this? As a UPS driver, a customer says, what's in the package? I was like, no idea, you ordered it. Yeah, who do you think I am, Santa Claus? I'm not giving you this as a gift. I work at a hotel. A client walks in and says, if I book a room, does it include the bed? Like, no, sir, we only provide you a chair so you can sit down and wait till the checkout time. Ah, yeah, the hotel rooms that all come standard just being completely empty. You gotta pay extra to have the bed. I went to dinner once at a Chinese restaurant in Missouri, and a woman at the table next to ours yelled at the waiter, where is our other sauce? We were supposed to get sweet and sour sauce, and we only got one sauce. Oh, okay, let me just separate the sauce now. I ran a lawn mowing service. A new customer asks about the process. Do you come to my house to mow it? No, we pick it up and haul it to our special mowing center, then bring it back. Oh man, this must be a new business strategy. I gotta tell my friend who owns a lawn mowing business this. I'm a cashier at a grocery store, and one time I had a lady ask me if I could tell everyone else to let her go first. Like, she expected me to force everyone who had been patiently waiting in line to let her cut them. It wasn't like she had only had 1 or 2 items either. Her cart was packed. See, this is why I absolutely love the self-checkout sections that are in pretty much every store now, because I can just rush right through with my 5 items while that person with 400 items in their cart can take their time. I worked on a Christmas tree farm over winter break in college. One time I had a lady ask me, so what are these trees made out of? I'm guessing wood, sap, needles, and water, and probably some bugs. Does this room go all the way back to the wall over there? She pointed a finger out towards the end of the shop floor, past all the shelves and merchandise. That white wall? That one furthest away at the end of the room? Yes. That is part of the room too? Yes, this room contains all of itself. Thank you. What the heck just happened? Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to figure out what the definition of a room is. So if there are walls completely enclosing it, and there's a roof over it, that counts as a room no matter how big it is? But like, what if it could fit 1,000 people? Is it still a room then? A customer walks into our tiny bike shop, jam-packed full of bikes. Bikes are hanging in the window, off the ceiling, and on the walls, all over the floor. There is not a square foot of space in the shop that is not occupied by a bike or various parts of one. This is a bike shop, right? Yes. Do you guys sell bikes or fix them? Both. If I brought my canoe, would you still fix it? Is canoe the name of your bike or is it a boat? It's just a canoe for the lake. Do you guys fix them? What? No, we're a bike shop. Oh. Well, maybe if you'd like to put some wheels on that canoe, we can work something out. Working at a call center, asking people to pay their old bills. Naturally, some responded angrily. So this is what you do all day? You just call people who haven't paid their bills? Yes. So if I paid my bills, you'd be out of the job? If everybody paid their bills, then yes. Haha, good. You just messed up by telling me this. I'm gonna pay my bills right away. When you're unemployed, then see how you like getting calls about your bills. The futility of eradicating a job that relies on the existence of poor people making me poor escaped them. Wow, this guy is thinking on another level. Not a level above, maybe a level below. I work at Jimmy John's. All Jimmy John's have a sign that says free smells. I had a lady come through the drive-thru one day while me and my manager are running it. She asks about the free smells after her order, and my manager tells her, okay, you can pull up. She gets to the window, gets her food, then proceeds to look through the bag. She eventually looks up all confused and asks where her free smells are. My manager jokingly said, oh yeah, come inside and you can smell all you want for free. She then says, okay, a-hole, and then speeds off. To this day, I have no freaking clue what she thought would be in that bag. Yeah, it's a real shame that Jimmy John's doesn't sell sandwich-flavored candles. Maybe they should start that. I worked at REI a few years back. A woman came in with her 2 kids one day and bought a canister because they were going camping. She gets to the front door, then comes back to the register as an afterthought, and asks if she's supposed to spray her kids from head to toe with it. I'm just gonna let you figure that one out on your own. A lady came into the store and asked us if we sold adult toys. This was Toys R Us. We don't sell those here. And people wonder why they went out of business. It'd be kind of a funny split demographic for Toys R Us though, being from ages like 0 to 12, but also 18 plus. So if you're 12 to 18, you have no place there. Working as a tech support manager for a dial-up ISP in the mid-90s, a customer called to ask why his email wasn't working, and made me stay on the phone with him while he walked through it to prove it. Lo and behold, it didn't work. He wasn't online. Why? He was talking to me on his one phone line. All the other times his email didn't work before, he had also been talking on the phone. Oh man, can you imagine if we had this today? Like if you start using your Wi-Fi on your phone, then suddenly all of your internet in the house shuts down? So I was working at a car battery store when a customer came in with the receipt for a battery he had bought a couple weeks ago, asking for a refund. I asked him if he had the battery with him, so we could take the battery back and refund him the money. When he said, no, I don't have it anymore. I put it in a car I just sold. Confused, I replied, you want us to refund you for a battery that you don't have anymore? He responds, just as confused, well, yeah, I don't have the battery anymore, so why should I have to pay for it? You need to refund me. He did not leave the store happy that day. I'm not sure this guy really understands the concept of refunds. Can you Photoshop some pictures for me? Sir, this is a bookstore. Yeah, but I see you have a computer right there. I mean, he has a point. Computers do have a lot of services. I mean, I have a computer right here, so you could pay me to do like 10 million different things. I worked at Victoria's Secret, and a customer came in to return her wedding lingerie. She said she only wore it once. There were markings in the panty area and an empty condom wrapper in the bag. Well, if we're being honest, on the black market, that's probably worth even more than it was new at that point. I say, hi, welcome to Little Caesars. Hey, how much does your $5 pizza cost? Yes. Yeah, except not anymore. It's up to like $5.55 now. And then the crazy crust on top of that, you're paying a full $8 for a single pizza there now. It's crazy. And not in the good Little Caesars kind of crazy way. A customer wanted something for her cat and said, do you have that thing that does that thing? No. Can you describe it? Well, it's for cats, and cats like it. And they get on it, and does the thing. Okay, what thing? You know, cat things. Move along, please. You know, maybe I could go ask my cat what that cat thing is that does the cat thing that cats like. Maybe she would know what they're talking about. I worked as a pharmacy tech in the US. Once we had an older customer ask why medicine was cheaper with insurance than without. He didn't understand the concept of insurance and kept saying, that's very odd. I'll have to look into this. Yeah, it's just like Costco. You pay a bunch ahead of time so that you pay less later. Except a bunch of people will buy the membership and then never end up going, so they lost money. Are those donuts sugar-free? What? They're deep-fried and glazed. Man, if you're really looking for sugar-free stuff, just don't even try donuts. Like, you might find them, but they're not going to be any good. Just save your energy. I found this one more funny than dumb, but where can I find the Kentucky jelly? As in KY jelly? Next to the Kentucky Fried Chicken. I'm a dog groomer, not a tailor. His hair is too short. Can you just let the sides out a bit? Alright, but you gotta help me. Just grab his hair and start pulling. If the dog starts freaking out, don't worry, that's totally normal. The customer says, I want phone X. Is that phone X? I say, yes, that is phone X. Are you sure? I look at the box that displays the image and name of phone X. Yep, that's phone X. Says, are you sure? I say, I'm positive. I say, okay, if you're sure. Another favorite, the customer says, I'm looking for a wireless security system. I don't want to deal with cables or Wi-Fi. Will this one work? I say, it's wireless, but it does need to connect to a network. It says, no, it says it's wireless. I say, yeah, definitely true, but it does need to connect to the hub to a wireless network. It's like, no, you're not being helpful. You're wrong. I say, all right, have a good one. Another I hear frequently, the customer says, I can't get into my email, and this keeps popping up. It's asking for them to sign into their email. I say, it looks like it's asking you for you to sign into your email. They say, it is. It's asking for my password. I say, have you tried entering your password? Oh, I'll give that a shot. Now I know I bring these stories up a lot, but just last week my grandma called me because she had been on the phone with somebody else for 10 minutes and she could not figure out how to solve this issue. And so I go up and I'm like, alright, what is the problem? She had a pop-up that just said, sign into your Apple ID. I just hit cancel and everything was fine. And she's like, wait, how did you do that? I currently work at Jimmy John's. A man comes in at least once a month and asks us if we have apple pies. When we tell him no, he looks baffled and questions us. So he's asking you the same question once a month and surprised that it never happens. Maybe he's got something planned behind the scenes and he's just surprised that it hasn't happened yet. Fast food restaurant, the customer says, how fresh is your soda? I say, it comes out of a box. I guess I'll get your water. Another time a customer says, can I get a cheeseburger with no cheese? I say, so a regular hamburger? I say, no, a cheeseburger with no cheese. I gave them a regular hamburger in a cheeseburger wrapper. Ooh, how devious. I was at a drive-thru and the person in front of me asked if he can have his food to go. Hey, sorry man, we're all out of to-go bags. I'm gonna have to give you a tray and you're just gonna have to park right over there and then come bring the tray back in when you're done. Today, a customer asked me if I was the same Harry as the Harry she spoke with yesterday. My name is not Harry, and I wear a name badge at work. Well, you're both human, aren't you? I see how she could get you mixed up. I was shopping at Costco one day looking at the salmon, and another customer comes and also looks at the salmon and asks me, where is this from? I said, space. He said, thank you, and walked away. Well, it sounds like he's a very trusting person, at least. I had a customer ask whether I was thinking of being transgender because my hair was long. Believe it or not, I have gotten that too. Once, while working at an eye doctor's office, a woman was upset because we were charging her to make new lenses with an updated prescription and asked, why do you have to make new lenses? Just inject some more medicine into the ones I already got. So wait, you want to inject medicine into your glasses? I don't think that's going to have the effect you think it will. The customer says, how do I use this? And holds up a candle. I say, oh, it's just a candle. I say, yeah, but how do you use it? Do I have to light it? I say, yeah. And I act like I'm answering a normal question. Yeah, okay, but like, does the room have to be dark for it to be lit? Does it still work if the lights are on? A customer once asked me if I was sure I wasn't pregnant. I had to inform her that I am just fat. Ah, come on, man. It's bad enough when you accidentally ask a fat woman if she's pregnant. The last thing you want to do there is keep doubling down. This was a few years back. A very chilled customer called in saying he recently bought a new MacBook Pro and it's not working. I asked him, what happens when you press the power button? He said, I don't know where that is. See, Apple, this is what happens when you make your design so simplistic that your power button is like the tiniest little sliver of a thing with no label on it. A lot of pothead customers aren't going to even know how to turn it on. What do you mean I can't bring my 6-month-old baby into the nightclub? Well, you can. You just gotta wait about 20 and a half more years. Do you work here? While I'm standing behind the counter. Ah, it's too bad I'm not wearing my I don't work here shirt. You know, I actually get a lot of comments on that shirt. Every time I'm at a store while wearing that, people love to make jokes about it. I mean, I haven't actually plugged my shirt store on this channel in I don't know how long, but you still can get that. I worked at a national toy store chain when I was a teenager, and more than once I had a customer ask me where we had the normal versions of Trivial Pursuit. I would tell them that they were holding the normal versions, and in every case they'd say the same thing. No, this is the Genius Edition, and the questions are too hard. We want the normal edition. And I'd have to explain to them that the box said genus, not genius. Some would walk away at that point. Some would ask what genus meant, and others would say, no, it says genius right there, and point to the box. I think maybe we should start you off with a different game. Maybe tic-tac-toe is more your jam. I fly private jets. Once we were flying east early in the morning, so the sun was directly in our eyes. A passenger was sitting directly behind us on the jump seat. He leaned forward and asked, is there any way we could just climb and get above the sun? No. Yeah, come on, we're in a rocket ship, aren't we? Let's just fly into space. We could go find some salmon out there. I worked in a heritage park in Ireland, and we had a group of Viking reenactors in one weekend, putting on a really good show of crafts, games, and a trial. This American tourist came up and asked us, do you guys have reservations for your Vikings like we do for our Indians? Man, I know it's a dumb question, but imagine how cool that would be to go to a Viking reservation with all the casinos. CPA here. I had a client and his very cute new wife come in to drop off their tax returns. He asked, can I claim my wife as a dependent? I started to reply, no, but... He blurts out, what good is being married if you can't get a tax deduction for your wife? I stayed very quiet while mentally listing the reasons. She was less than happy. Yeah, do you think that I could claim my cat as a deduction? A lady came up with a drink and I rang it up. She proceeds to berate me about the total not reflecting the 2-for-1 special. She only had one drink. Okay, so if 2 equals 1, then 1 equals 1/2, but how come I can't get that with a 2-for-1 special, 1 for half special? My dad used to work at Windsor Castle, built in the 11th century, home to the Queen and nearly 1,000 years old. An American tourist saw a plane flying nearby and walked over to him and said, why'd they build it so close to the airport? Well, hey, I'm sure the Queen was looking for a very convenient air travel spot. As a server, 40 to 50-year-old customers, what's up with this steak? I say, it's a 12-ounce strip, so it's going to be a bit more lean than a ribeye. They say, no, what's a steak? I say, it's like a chunk of meat. This one is from a cow. They tipped accordingly. Huh, is this your first time ever leaving your house in your life? Do you have a plastic bag for this? Referring to a 30-inch CRT television? Yeah, I think we're gonna need to double bag this at the very least. I work in a liquor store whose inventory is 80% wine. You literally have to walk past aisles of wine to get to the hard liquor near the back. I was in the scotch aisle in the back of the store when a customer approaches me, looked me dead in the eye, and asks, "Hey, where do you keep the wine at?" I took a few seconds to react, not sure at first if the guy was messing with me or not, but upon inspecting his sincerely frustrated gaze, I arrived at the conclusion that the man was indeed serious. I responded by simply pointing behind the gentleman, then sweeping my arm from one side to the other like I was showing my lion all of the land that would one day be his to rule. Yeah, speaking of lions that need to rule, Faye, one day this channel will be yours. I don't think she's very happy about that. I worked at an ice cream shop. I told a girl our soft serve machine was down. She then asked if our hard serve was working. I shook my arm around a bit and told her it seemed to be operational. Well, you did get her there, but you deserve to have a pie to be thrown in your face for that one. A customer I'm serving orders a burger and says, "Hey, do you guys have those burger buns like they sell at the grocery store across the street? You know, the ones that have the swan on the bag?" No, sir, we get our buns shipped to us from our supplier. They're a different brand. Do you think you could run across the street and buy a bun for me? I really want that one for my burger." He genuinely expected the restaurant to pay for it too, and he didn't even know the name of the brand of buns. Not like that matters, but still. This kind of makes me wonder though, like what if you just brought your own buns if you could request that they make your sandwich using your own bun? I wish I caught this earlier because nobody is going to see this, but I used to manage a shoe store and had notoriously irritating customers come in on the regular. She tried on a pair of thigh-high boots and asked, "Do these cover my ankles?" To which I responded, "Your ankles?" To which she responds, "Yeah, my thigh ankles." I say, your knees? Well, that's gonna do it for all of our stupid customer stories. This might end up being the longest AskReddit video I've actually made. But that's all for now, so I will see you next time.